Hey all, SMK Gaming here. The information from my recent Battlefield 6 video really blew up. It got featured in many top creators' videos such as Levelcap, Tomographic and Ghost Gaming. Across all social media platforms it had over 5 million views. Well, the table of results I made did, not the video itself. I do wish it had gotten more attention. But a common request from all that attention was this. What about adrenaline boost with knife sprint? What they mean here is, what is the sprinting speed when you're running with the knife and then using the adrenaline boost? Does that make you go even faster? Well, let's test that out, shall we? But before we get into it, let's give my channel a shot of adrenaline and pick up the pace of its growth by hitting that subscribe button. I'd love to hit 12k subscribers before the release of Battlefield 6. For this comparison, we will be comparing the regular knife sprint to the knife sprint with 2 adrenaline shots during a 100 meter sprint. We already know from my previous testing that a knife sprint is faster than sprinting with a weapon. Please stick around for the full explanation on the results after, as there are some important things to consider. So soldiers, on your marks, set. As we know from the previous testing, I got 7.12 meters per second as the knife sprint speed. I speculated at the time that I believed this to be 7.15 meters per second due to my testing being from a standing start. This was confirmed by Florian aka Drunks after the release of the video. So as this is now the confirmed sprint speed with the knife out, I will be changing it to this. But what about the knife sprint with the 2 adrenaline shots? It was completed in a time of 13.26 seconds, which equated to a sprint speed of 7.54 meters per second. But wait right there, don't go anywhere just yet. I know you're eager to head off to Reddit to post it all, but we need to go into this a bit deeper. Each adrenaline shot during the knife sprint was active for around 37.5 meters. So when both are combined, that means that only 75 meters of the 100 meter sprint had that increased sprint speed aided by those adrenaline shots. 25 meters off that 100 did not. That 25 meter is part of the overall 7.54 meters per second calculation, and that is bringing it down. When I factor out that 25 meters and only include the periods where the adrenaline shots were active, that sprint speed is a whopping 8.30 meters per second. Here is the overall comparison between regular sprinting and this adrenaline boost knife sprinting. This is simply to show you the differences between the two extremes. Here now is a table to compare the different types of sprinting in Battlefield 6. In my previous video, I also tested the adrenaline boost during a regular sprint, but that was from a standing start and was also across the entire 100 meters, which we know brings that speed down. So I worked out the speed using the adrenaline shot during a regular sprint, and it now comes in at 6.89 meters per second, up from 6.22 meters per second that I showed in my previous video. With the weapon, sidearm and defibs equipped, I speculated in my previous video whenever I got 5.99 that it was very likely on par with Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 at 6.04. Florian confirmed that it is actually 6.05 and again was within the margin that I said it would likely be. And I have corrected that on this here table compared to the previous video. The final thing is the crouch running. Now all my clips with crouch running with the weapon equipped, they did not record properly, so I cannot give you the data on that. However, I have the crouch running with the knife equipped, and it came in at 4.73 meters per second. As with all the other types of running with the knife equipped, it has been faster compared to the weapon counterpart, so I'm pretty certain that crouch running with the weapon equipped will be slower compared to when the knife is equipped. Let's go back now and discuss the main finding of this video. That is, the running with knife equipped and adrenaline boost. Now I know already, many of you are going to take this out of context. Please bear in mind that you're going to be in a very vulnerable state if you choose to run like this. And it is for a very brief moment in time also. I can see instances where running with the knife out and using the adrenaline boost can be quite useful. For example, if you're trying to do a big flank and you're going to cross an open area, that additional boost could be very helpful here. Additionally, potentially it could also help increase momentum for a longer slide. Imagine a situation where you're running with the knife out along the side of a wall. You are approaching the end of that wall and hear enemies. You activate the adrenaline boost, perform a jump, and just before you reach the end and while in mid-air, you switch to your weapon and slide on landing. I can see the momentum generated producing a bigger jump as well as a longer slide in this situation. This is something I will test out when the game releases, but it is very much a risk-reward situation. Someone could easily kill you before you even got to perform that jump and slide. If you're someone that likes to take someone's tags or destroy tanks, coming out of cover and chasing after that tank or that person, using that knife out sprint in addition to the adrenaline boost could provide the additional boost you need to get to them quicker. If you found this video useful and informative, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you want anything else investigated upon release of the game, let me know in the comments below. If you have any further questions about my research into anything in this video, ask away about that also. Take care all, and I'll catch you again in the next one.